This is the former CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt. This is the University of Arizona graduation ceremony. Logically, the graduation ceremony is an occasion to motivate students. But as soon as Schmidt spoke, the atmosphere changed. The speech lasted only a dozen minutes, but most of the time, he was drowned out by the hollow voice. I'll post a video. You can feel it. Why is that? What did he say? He told the students in the audience, "Your fear of Ai is completely understandable." Brief. The scene fell silent, but then he changed the subject. Don't run away. The future still depends on your generation, shaping it with your own hands. False voices immediately rose everywhere. The students' reactions are understandable. You're an old man worth tens of billions. On stage, he boasted about strange tales. But Ai took away my job opportunity. I haven't even volunteered for an internship yet. This bowl of chicken soup for you. I don't eat it. 1. The two causes and effects of those years. Today's two realities. Many people think Schmidt is wrong, but from his perspective, he really felt wronged. He has experienced a complete internet revolution. See the technology firsthand, changing the world more than once. Elderly men and women in rural China. Everyone now uses mobile payments. Ordinary people rely on a single phone, traveling around the world. No language barriers. Ai was like electricity back in the day. 10 years later, productivity will explode. And this group of young people, they should be the beneficiaries. The internet was present from birth. There was an Ai assistant back in college. Just after graduation, I caught the dawn of AGI. They should have been excited to rush toward the new continent. This is a typical elite narrative. Rationality, grandeur, optimism. However, young people who heard these words, what does it feel like? After the speech, the internet was filled with ridicule. Some say, I studied computer science for 4 years, but internship work has been replaced by Ai. Someone told me today, the future is bright, but you will be unemployed right after graduation. Very realistic. It really hits me hard. These young people, maybe just graduated, taking out a loan for tuition fees. They are renting out resumes. But it turns out that because of Ai, no longer needed on the market. So many positions to take on now. They had no time to ponder the world 10 years from now. They are worried. It's next month's rent. According to the data, first quarter of 2026, U.S. graduate unemployment rate 5.7%. 42% of freshmen expected to do so. Ai will influence their career choices. This same country. It feels like living in two different worlds. It's not something that just happened today. 19th century. British Prime Minister Disraeli once proposed a concept too in the UK. At that time, Britain was in the midst of the Industrial Revolution. The steam engine roared. The factory owner's wealth accumulates 100-fold. But the elite and the common people, it feels as if we live in two completely different worlds. The elite saw the glory of the empire on which the sun never sets. What workers felt was the stench of the sewers. 16 hours of fortification, and the fear of being replaced by machines. Today's a wave. Once again, the world is plunged into two realities. The elites have assets. He had connections. There is passive income. The time axis extends to 10 years, 20 years, able to withstand short-term labor pains. You can see far into the distance. But what ordinary people face? This month's loan, the child's tuition next month, the possibility of losing one's job next year. Their time is standard. It was forcibly compressed to next month. Half a year. At most a year. Everyone is discussing reality. But the discussion is not about a single time of many. 2. Relative deprivation. The cost of technological revolution is prepaid. There's a term in sociology, a sense of relative deprivation. During World War II, American sociologist Stover, a counterintuitive phenomenon was discovered. Aviation units with many promotion opportunities complain about unfairness. In fact, there are even more military police officers who receive fewer promotions. Why? Xian Ming thought, no one can get promoted, nothing to complain about. But what the aviation forces saw was this. Everyone around me has been promoted. Why am I still standing in place? Human suffering is not absolute. It is a relative value. This is the feeling of relative deprivation. Does a person feel abandoned by the times? Many times. What they see is, what are the people around him going through? So it really stings the heart. It was the person on stage who spoke. Technology will eventually bring progress. But the people in the audience felt, why? I am the one abandoned by progress. Every technological revolution, the most likely cause of relative deprivation, right here, because of the benefits of the technological revolution, usually distributed gradually, but the price often comes immediately. 1811. Nottingham, Jun. UK. A group of replica workers rushed into the factory late at night as it was being destroyed. This is the famous Luddite movement. Capitalists cheer for efficiency to increase hundreds of times, but workers feel the same. The machine robbed them of their craft and dignity. The 2000s. Internet is widespread. This is about information equity, but many people have found that their own industry is being swallowed up. For example, Offline retail is squeezed by e-commerce. Today, OpenAI's valuation soared because chip supply exceeds supply. Tech elites discuss civilization transition, but what young people are seeing is IBM layoffs. This is the copywriting. Junior translation lawyers are no longer needed. So what young people really dislike, not necessarily Ai itself. It's this increasingly intense feeling, that future that is repeatedly praised. There was simply no place for me. In fact, every technological revolution, the biggest beneficiaries should be young people. New technology rewards younger, more flexible, and more learners. So why is it different this time? 3. Past technical substitution work. But this time, what was shaken was the expectation. This Ai revolution and past technological revolutions, there are 3 essential differences. 1. AI is the mental labor. Over the past few hundred years, most technological replacements are just fire in the hands. Steam engines replaced manual labor. Assembly lines replace workshops. The hardest hit are blue-collar workers. Programmers look at factory robots. The lawyer looks at the assembly line and feels it has nothing to do with them. But this time, Ai is the first to replace mental activities. Write code to make a PPT and organize meeting minutes. Review contracts. 2. Diffusion speed. Faster than social adaptation. The Industrial Revolution took decades. From steam engines to trains to factories, society has enough time to create new positions, forming new rules. The price is diluted by time. The internet has been used for over a decade. Traditional media is in decline, but there is new media. Retail stores have closed, but there are courier sources. But Ai is incredibly fast. According to Swebench evaluation, end of 2023, GPT-4's programming score is only 1.7%. By mid-2024, it will rise to 50%. Recently, GPT 5.5 scored 82.6%. Human programmers make up about 70% of the total. Just 2 years, Ai programming has evolved from not insulting humanity to surpassing others. A former university graduate, even if his abilities are ordinary, at least you can start as a customer service operations assistant. These positions gradually grew. Look up information, make a spreadsheet, change the code. These are repetitive but important tasks. It is a stepping stone for personal growth. But today, these steps are being stripped away layer by layer. 3. A truly shocking experience. It is the collapse of stable expectation. In the past, people believed that hard work would be rewarded. Learn a craft. Taking root for 10 years. The rewards are certain. Maybe not seeking revenge, but he was never engaged in real business. But now, I learned Parseon. Will Ai be able to write on its own next year? I'm currently working in design and information. Will large models be able to produce reports directly in the year after tomorrow? The collapse of this stable expectation, more terrifying than unemployment itself, because unemployment is an event, but planning failure is a state. The former gritted their teeth and could start anew. The latter keeps people hooked. An unstoppable anxiety. In today's world, more advanced than at any time in history. But it's even harder to attack. Ai technology is impressive, but technology is technology. Society is society. The development of Ai is causing many ordinary people in society to fall behind. What to do? I don't have a standard answer, but I thought, if you are someone who benefits from Ai technology, whether you are a large model entrepreneur, algorithm engineer, and he's the boss of an artist company, be sure to stay empathetic. The wealth you have accumulated, it may far exceed previous beneficiaries, but please note, any top-tier elite master's teacher, all of this is rubbing salt into society's wounds. Follow Liu Run, lowering the cognitive barrier for business.